Okay, think about this for a second. How much meaning can you really pack into just one sound? In English, it's pretty straightforward. It's all about the letters. But in Mandarin Chinese, there's this secret layer of music that completely changes the game. And we're going to uncover it together, starting with just one single syllable.
So here's the question I want to ask you. What does the syllable ma mean in Mandarin? I mean, what do you think? Maybe one thing? Possibly two? Well, get ready, because the answer is probably not what you're expecting.
So, the answer is, it can mean all four of these things. Believe it or not, ma can mean mother, hemp, horse, or to scold. I know, right? How is that even possible? How can one little sound carry so many completely different meanings? Well, the secret isn't in the letters at all.
It all comes down to tone. See, Mandarin is a tonal language, and what that means is that the pitch of your voice, that little melody you put on a syllable, is what makes all the difference. It's literally what separates a mother from a horse. You're basically singing your words.
Okay, so what exactly is a tone? Well, it's a change in pitch over a single syllable that completely changes the meaning of a word. Now, this is super important. It's not like in English where your voice goes up when you ask a question, right? That's about emotion or grammar. Here, the pitch itself is the information. So let's break down the four main tones using our ma example. All right, first up is the first tone. You see that little flat line above the A? That's your clue. It tells you to keep your voice high, level, and just steady. Think of it like a single clear musical note. Listen. Ma. Simple and clean, right? Ma. And just like that, you've said mother. Next, we have the second tone. This one, it rises. The best way to think about this one is how your voice naturally goes up when you ask a question in English, like, huh? Or wait, what? It's that same upward glide, so it sounds like this. Ma. Can you hear it going up? Ma. And boom. Just like that, we're not talking about mom anymore, we're talking about hemp.
Okay, now for the most famous one, the third tone. This one is a dipping tone. Your voice kind of starts in the middle, it drops down low, and then it scoops right back up. Listen really closely to this one. Ma. You hear that little dip and rise? Ma. And that little maneuver gets you the word for horse.
And finally, we've got the fourth tone. This one is short, it's quick, and it falls hard. Think of a short, firm command, like saying hey or no. It's that sudden drop in pitch, ma. You hear how definite that sounds? Ma. And that means to scold. So let's just run through them again really quick. Ma, 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 ma. Mother, hemp, horse, to scold. Isn't that just wild? All of that packed into one little syllable? So that's the theory, right? But, hearing it is one thing, and actually doing it is something else entirely. So let's get our hands dirty and put this into practice with our tone training toolkit. This is where you can really start to train your ear and even try making these sounds yourself. And I promise, it's probably easier than you think. We're going to follow a really simple three-step process. First, we'll work on just identifying the tones. Then we'll play a little matching game. And that last step, quizzing a partner, well, that's your homework to try later to really lock it in. All right, let's dive right into our first exercise. Identify the tone. It's pretty simple. On the next slide, you're going to see a few syllables without their tone marks, but I'll give you the English meaning as a big clue. Your job is to figure out which tone mark goes on top. You ready for this? Okay, here they are. We've got ma for mother, you already know that one, that's a freebie. Then we've got ba for father, fa for to send, and le for happy. So just take a second here. Think about the sounds we just went over. Which tone do you think fits with each word? All right, let's see how you did. The answers are, mother is of course that high flat first tone. Ma. Father gets that sharp falling fourth tone. Ba. To send is another one of those high flat first tones. Fa. And happy is also a fourth tone. La. So how'd you do? It's pretty amazing, right? Just that one tiny little mark on top completely changes the meaning. Awesome job. Okay. Next up is a quick matching game. This one is all about getting your brain to automatically connect the plain syllable with its properly toned version. It's all about building that instant recognition muscle. So just imagine it like this. You see the syllable ba, and the clue is father. Which tone version do you match it with? Yep, you got it. The fourth tone, ba. Or what if you see ma, and the clue is hemp? You'd be looking for that rising second tone, ma. See how that works?
Super simple, but it's a really, really effective way to practice.
Okay, let's kind of zoom out for a second and think about what this all means. What we're seeing is that in Mandarin, tones aren't just, an accent or a minor detail of pronunciation. Nope, they are just as fundamental to a word's meaning as the letters vowel are in English.
And honestly, this quote really nails it. In a tonal language, pitch isn't just emotion, it's information. Getting a tone wrong isn't like having a funny accent. No, it's like saying a completely different word. It's literally the difference between asking someone about their mom and asking them about their horse, which, could lead to some pretty awkward conversations.
And that really leaves us with this final thought to chew on. We've just peeled back one single layer of meaning in Mandarin, a layer that's carried entirely by its music. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a tiny, simple change in pitch can completely change a word, what other invisible rules, what other secret structures are hiding in plain sight, shaping the languages that all of us speak every single day?